The story opens with a man named Sonny, desperate to change his life. He boards a bus with all his belongings packed into a single backpack, hoping to find a better job. Upon reaching his destination, he heads to a public restroom to freshen up before attending a crucial job interview. When Sonny arrives at the motor garage for his interview, he is crushed to discover that the position has already been filled. Feeling betrayed and furious, he storms out of the garage. That night, he searches desperately for an affordable motel but finds none within his means. Frustrated and out of options, Sonny resigns himself to sleeping on a public bench. In the middle of the night, Sonny is jolted awake by the sound of and invite him to share dinner with them. During the meal, Sonny reveals that he is a mechanic technician looking for better opportunities. Impressed by his skills and character, George offers him a job at his country farm along with a place to stay. Sonny is provided a room adjacent to the main house. That night, a restless Sonny overhears an argument coming from the couple's bedroom. Larissa voices her concerns about allowing a stranger to live in their home. George reassures her, emphasizing that Sonny is a good man who risked his life to save him from the attacker. The following morning, George takes Sonny to an old building on the property that once served as a garage. He explains the tasks Sonny will need to handle and shows him the cars that require repairs. Larissa's suspicions about Sonny grew, and she often observed him discreetly from her office. The next day, as Sonny took a cold wash in the compound, Larissa stepped outside to water the flowers. Their eyes met, and the prolonged gaze they shared hinted at an unspoken tension and a simmering desire between them. That night, Sonny lingered by his window, silently observing Larissa in her nightdress. Meanwhile, George, sound asleep, left Larissa feeling unfulfilled and neglected night after night. The next scene shows Larissa confronting Sonny, sternly demanding that he stop watching her through the window at night. Unflinching, Sonny confesses his love for Larissa and boldly asserts that she feels the same, citing the lingering, intimate looks she had been giving him. Later that evening, during dinner, Larissa excuses herself to wash the dishes. George then asks Sonny to retrieve wine glasses from the kitchen. In the kitchen, Sonny grabs an ice block, sweeps Larissa's long hair to the sides, and holds her passionately from behind. He gently glides the ice block along her neck, then moves his hands downwards, stimulating her intensely. Just then, George calls out for Sonny to bring the glasses, interrupting the heated moment. That same night, both Larissa and Sonny struggled to sleep, their thoughts consumed by the intimate moment they shared in the kitchen. The following morning, George shows Sonny a red vintage car he plans to gift to his wife. Sonny suggests George buy spare parts for both the red car and the tractor, and he heads to town to get them. Lalisa arrives at the garage and asks Sonny where George has gone. Sonny informs her that Sonny will be back in 4 hours. As Larissa tries to leave, Sonny grabs her with his dirty, oil-stained hands. Overcome with desire, Larissa embraces him. Sonny lifts her onto the tractor and passionately engages with her. The scene shifts to Larissa, lost in thoughts, overwhelmed with regrets over what had transpired in the garage. Later, an unsuspecting George returns with the spare parts and invites Larissa to the garage. After cleaning herself from the oily mess, she joins them there. After fixing the car, George takes it out for a road test. Once he leaves, Larissa tells Sonny how difficult it was to clean off the oil stains. Sonny jokingly replies that next time, he might as well invite her to a new car. The couple then takes a drive together, enjoying the moment that night while having a drink. Uneasy about George's story, Larissa excuses herself and goes upstairs to the bedroom. Meanwhile, George, overwhelmed by the alcohol, falls asleep on the couch. Sonny, noticing this, covers him with a small blanket to shield him from the cold night air. Sonny immediately heads upstairs, searching for Larissa's bedroom. She emerges from the corner, pushes him against the wall, and holds him passionately. That night, they share another intimate encounter, all while George remains asleep on the couch. Shared moments. They devise a sinister plan to eliminate George, believing it would allow them to be together without constraints. They agree to stage an accident, ensuring no evidence is left behind. The next day, George takes Sonny for a ride and proudly shows him his estate, where he plans to build $1 million motorsports park. Unbeknownst to George, the man he is sharing his dreams with is secretly betraying him. The scene shifts to George enjoying a happy moment with Larissa, which fuels Sonny's anger and jealousy as he begins to see Larissa as already belonging to him. Later that night, as Larissa enters the house through the back door, Sonny grabs her hand. Stopping her in her tracks, Sonny confronts Larissa about her interactions with George during the day. She reminds him that George is still her husband, and she has to act normally until their plan to eliminate him is executed. Sonny then pulls her inside, places her on the counter, and they share another intimate moment. The next morning, Sonny takes Larissa to the garage to demonstrate how their plan to stage George's death will work. Using a watermelon as a prop, he explains that Larissa will pull the lever, causing the tractor to crush George from underneath. The police investigation would likely the next day. The plan was set in motion. Larissa steps in to pull the lever, and the old tractor crushes George, killing him instantly. Unfortunately, the tractor also caught Sonny's left hand, severely injuring him. To stay strong and not worry about him, he instructs her to head to town as his alibi, clean off the blood, and dispose of the shoes. On her way to the town, Larissa scatters the shoes in separate locations to avoid suspicion. Afterward, Larissa goes shopping at the supermarket. However, upon seeing blood in the meat, Larissa receives a call from Detective Crawford, who asks her to return home. Upon arriving, she is informed about her husband's death. That night, Sonny is brought back. Larissa breaks down and tells Sonny that she's considering confessing the truth to the police. Sonny becomes deeply worried, not only because of the potential consequences. Desperate to protect her, he resolves to ensure the police never discover her involvement in the murder plan. To protect Larissa from going to jail, Sonny decides to take the blame for George's murder, claiming he committed the crime for financial gain. As a result, Sonny is sentenced to prison, while Larissa remains free, inheriting the $1 million estate from her late husband, George. She takes charge of his vision, managing the development of the motorsports park. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment to stay updated on new content.